I hope this resource will be used by young people and their families to better understand what they are going through. If they end up taking what they learn and sharing it with others, all the better. But at heart, I really hope it helps those young people with OCD and their families to learn more about themselves and what they are going through. The more we understand OCD, the better we are able to challenge it.
I hope it'll be used mainly through schools, through parent support groups, and I think a lot of advocates will really jump on with this. I think it's such an essential tool to share around. I think it will do wonders for the community, and something that we don't really have that much of yet, especially something that's quite clearly put and not too scientific whilst being scientific.
So I envision the project's website as a pioneering platform, so not just as a scientific discourse or a repository of information, but as a dynamic tool that will evolve with time, that can ensure that both current and future generations can access scientifically accurate and comprehensible resources that will hopefully counter stereotypes and misinformation, and ideally also educate the public, which then hopefully will foster sensitivity towards OCD.
I really hope this toolkit makes its way outside of just the OCD community and reaches people who don't really have an existing relationship to OCD. Because I think what this toolkit communicates really well and really accessibly is that, OCD is not just something that's in someone's mind. It's not something that they just make up. This is a real thing, and there's actual real physical correlates that we can point to in the brain that mark this disorder. And I think having that level of physicality will help reduce some of the stigma that folks with OCD experience day to day.
I hope people can visit the digital hub to learn more about OCD in the brain. It was important for us to create something that is accessible and accurate. Whether you're someone who's new to OCD or someone who is part of the community, we hope that you can share the project with others so that it may help to raise awareness of OCD.
I hope that it will be used to inform people about OCD, what it is, how it affects OCD sufferers. I also hope that it will be used as a jumping off point for people to explore resources about the treatment of OCD.
I hope that when anyone is thinking about obsessive compulsive disorder, that this website is one of the first things that they come across and look at, because I think it is so incredibly important to learn about the neurobiology alongside all of the psychoeducation to more holistically understand that this is a neurobiologically driven disorder in the brain. I hope that it serves as an accessible conduit and resource that is continually updated to just provide the most accurate, accessible information to people, and that people really, really learn about the condition far beyond what they've ever been taught before.
I hope it will be taken up by a wide audience, from young people living with OCD to their parents, but also in treatment. So, for example, it could be used as a psychoeducation. The goal really is to make understood that OCD is not just in your mind, that it is a brain-related disorder, and that there are changes happening in the brain, and we can pin them down using scientific methods, and that we can change them by having different forms of therapy. I think that's really important to also highlight that OCD is not just something that is off, but it's a brain disorder which needs to be taken seriously, and we can measure what is going on, and we can change that using the treatments we have.